evening. I'm going to read to you a little bit from the British Book of Spells and Charms. And I've been flipping through it, looking for sections that I'd like to read to you. And I think I'm going to read bits and pieces from the end section, which is where a lot of the miscellaneous spells are. The section called A Magical Medley of Spells and Charms. And we'll pick through and find ones that seem interesting. But I'll start with this little introduction. Spells and charms have been used to influence every situation imaginable, and in all classes of society. In 1926, Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin described this traditional ritual. On the day that I was born, our cook wrapped me in a blanket, and to ensure that I should rise in life, she did the proper thing. She carried me up some stairs, but she wanted my life to be a considerable one, so she tramped up to the top of the house, and when she got there, she put a chair in the middle of one of the attic rooms, got on it with me in her arms, and then held me up. Clearly, the sympathetic magic worked well. Now let's look at some of the spells and charms. To bless a child with a gift of song. To ensure that your new arrival becomes a good singer, remember to bury the child's first nail parings under an ash tree. To stop caterpillars from eating your crops, address the creature, saying, "Beloved caterpillar, this meat that you are having in the autumn profits you little, as it profits the Virgin Mary when, in eating and drinking, people do not speak of Jesus Christ. In the name of God, Amen." Or, to rid your cabbage patch of caterpillars, pick a switch, a stick or wand, from close to an adulterer's house, or to the house of an upright magistrate. Walk straight across the cabbage bed, while striking an infected cabbage with the switch. Providing that you don't turn around, the caterpillars will faint and fall away. This is a very unusual charm, and it seems to imply that the essence of both adulterers and upright magistrates have the ability to kill caterpillars. There's so many spells in here. There's ones about butter and about bees, and lots of charms for fishermen. Let's see. Let's read this one on how to capture the wind. Stand on a hilltop on a windy day and catch 3 gusts of wind in separate knots of a cord or rope. This rope can then be sold to sailors. To raise the wind, the sailors must undo 1 or 2 knots, depending on how much wind they need. Untying all 3 knots would cause a gale to blow. If you hear a little cat crying, it's because Jasper's hungry for his dinner, and he's sort of pacing around the room. But I'll feed him soon after we're done reading. There's one here on how to steal milk from your neighbors. Make a rope of hairs from the tails of several cows, whose exact number was indicated by knots in the rope. While tugging at the rope, repeat, cow's milk and mare's milk, and every beast that bears milk, between St. Johnstone's and Dundee, cometh to me, cometh to me. And then we have one on the hand of glory, which is a little bit of a creepier one. Throughout this book, there are many references to the use of various parts of human anatomy in magic spells, but possibly the strangest is the hand of glory. This is the hand of an executed felon, which is cut from the body and converted into a candle or candle holder. It seems that one can mount a candle in the palm of the hand, or use the fingers as candle holders. The candle should be made from the fat or tallow of the same felon. Tradition has it, carrying a lighted hand of glory will temporarily prevent anyone in its proximity seeing, hearing, or waking. Some accounts say that the lighted candle will also unlock any secured doors in its path. The appeal of this magical tool to burglars is obvious. As late as 1831, the Observer newspaper reported that in Ireland, thieves attempted to commit a robbery on the estate of Mr. Knapp. They entered the house armed with a dead man's hand, with a lighted candle in it, believing that a candle placed in a dead man's hand will not be seen by any but those by whom it is used, and that it will prevent those who may be asleep from awaking. The inmates, however, were alarmed, and the robbers fled, leaving the hand behind them. The details of how to prepare your hand of glory in an account from 1751. Take the hand, right or left, of a hanged person, hanged and exposed on the highway. Wrap it up in a piece or shroud or winding sheet, in which let it be well squeezed to get out any small quantity of blood that may have remained in it. Then put it in an earthenware vessel with cimet, saltpeter, salt, and long pepper, the whole being well powdered. Leave it for 15 days in that vessel. Afterwards take it out and expose it to the noontide sun in the dog days till it is thoroughly dry. And if the sun is not sufficient, put it into an oven heated with fern and vervain. Then compose a kind of candle with fat from the hanged man, virgin wax, and sesame of Lapland. The hand of glory is used as a candlestick to hold this candle when lighted. Its properties are that wheresoever anyone goes with this dreadful instrument, the person to whom it is presented will be deprived of all power of motion. Thomas Ingoldsby, in his Ingoldsby Legends, wrote, "Wherever that terrible light shall burn, vainly the sleeper may toss and turn. His leaden eyes shall be ne'er unclose, so long as that magical taper glows. Life and treasure shall he command, who knoweth the charm of the glorious hand." The wondrous candle is a strange candle, which is closely related to the hand of glory. It was discovered amongst various other magical items in a secret loft space in Snow Hill Manor. The room was decorated with alchemical paintings on the walls and a magic circle on the floor. The witch's garret, as the room became known, is where the manor's eccentric owner, Charles Wade, placed his collection of magical objects and possibly practiced magic. In his notes, Waite describes how the candle is made of human tallow, and when lit, it makes the bearer invisible to others. Let's see. There are a few that are about treasures. There's one for beauty. I like some of the very common ones, though, the best. To stop a chimney smoking. Put a bottle in a smoking chimney. The recorder of this notes that the idea may have been taken from the Psalms. I become like a bottle in the smoke, from Psalm 119:83. Protection from lightning strike. To protect yourself, wear a chaplet or wreath of laurel about your neck, or a bay leaf about your person, or carry a sealskin. Or to protect your house from lightning, grow the herb houseleek or singreen on your roof, and hang the slough of an otter from the rafters to protect it from fire. For sound sleep. All honest people wishing to have sound sleep must keep the witches from their beds by having a branch of Wigan or Rowan at their bedhead. Let's see. The very last one in this section is one to invoke joy. So to invoke joy, you chant the following. Cantilo, cantili, joy to all the gone before, whose longer stay had pleased us. Cantilo, cantili, joy to all the left behind, whose leaving would have grieved us. Cantilo, cantili, joy to all the still to come, whose song may lift the weary. Cantilo, cantili. Well, that's it for that section. I'm sort of leafing back through the rest of the book to see if there's anything particularly interesting. Jasper's behind me asking for his dinner. There are whole sections on curing farm animals and putting curses on people and relieving curses. Curing sore throats and consumption and thorn pricks. And it's interesting how many of them invoke Christian themes and important figures and psalms. I think maybe this is a good list for now. Maybe I can read through and find some other ones for later. I like the ones we read tonight. I particularly like addressing the caterpillars. I always think that's fun. There's a whole section on spells and songs. There's one called How to Unwich a Fishing Boat. I guess it makes sense. People would be very concerned about the safety of sea voyages. Maybe I'll read you this last one. To unwitch a fishing boat. If you are unable to catch fish when neighboring boats catch hundreds, then it is known that your boat is witched. A mackerel stuck with pins must be placed in the stern hatch. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Uncurse your boat with a mackerel stuck with pins. All right. Well, I think we'll put that aside for now. I'm hoping you found it relaxing. Maybe I should have bookmarked certain spells ahead of time. But I thought those ones were nice. I always love reading to you. And I love to know that my voice calms you down and makes you feel peaceful. Because I just want you to feel so peaceful and so calm. And to be able to get to sleep early tonight. And to wake up feeling good and ready to enjoy your day. To get out for a nice walk. Bye for now.